Game Chat with Bwana, episode 46, starting right about...
Welcome to Game Chat with Bwana, your source for gaming news and reviews. Now, here's Bwana McCall.
Now, this is Game Chat 1, episode 46, coming at you live. Today is February 13, 2012. We are here at live.bwana.tv and at twitch.tv/Bwana. We are here every Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. We try to do it. And what we do here at Game Chat with Bwana is that we talk about the latest gaming news. That is the last 7 days of gaming news, gaming stuff. We find internet stories on web pages in a square. And we look in these web browsers and we read these words and we view the pictures and we click play on videos. And then we consume this said information and we say, that was a story. And then our brain registers it and then we say, do I like it or not? It's like one of those love letters in first grade. Do you like me? Check one. Yes, no. And your brain goes, do I like this story? Yes. And then you send it to me. You say, hey, Bwana, check this story out, Game Chat Bwana. I'd be like, oh, okay, let me go through the same process. And the whole thing happens in my brain, too, because we're just lunatics here at Game Chat Bwana. So we talk about the best stories for the last 7 days. You guys submit those to our forum at bwana.tv/forums, and we talk about that for about an hour or so. Sometimes we go about an hour and 30 minutes with all that stuff. And we range from everything, console stories, PC stories, handheld gaming, politics in the gaming arena, like when people taking people to court, stuff like that, gaming companies and publishers, all that stuff. And, we talk about all that stuff here at Game Chat with Bwana. And I encourage you all to come by and see us live. But we do this on YouTube as well. I post these to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Bwana. And that's where we discuss that stuff. I had a pretty good weekend this weekend. Played a lot of Terra. You guys heard of Terra? Terra is a MMORPG that's popular in Korea right now. They had their North American closed beta. I played that. Had a lot of fun with it. So I was in MMORPG mode this weekend. But now I am in game chat mode. So let's go ahead and get started. Talk about this here game chat. And for our first story, we have a message from Gabe to the Steam community. And this is regarding the follow-up to that whole hackeroonie thing. The hackeroonie thing, so you guys may not remember, but Steam did get hacked. Yep, Steam did get hacked, and lots of stuff was taken, but we were told not to worry. This stuff is most likely encrypted, and is probably not going to affect you, but you should watch your credit reports and your credit card statements and your bank statements, so on and so forth. But Gabe has come back to say, well, we have some updated information. Looks like the intruders got a backup file of all of the information from 2004 to 2008. It's a lot of data. That backup file contained usernames, email addresses, encrypted billing addresses, and encrypted credit card information. It did not include Steam passwords. So, more reason to worry. Ow. Encrypted credit card information is the thing that stood out to me as possibly being something that they could possibly crack, possibly get. But from 2004 to 2008, those card numbers that I used back then, they're no longer valid. So unless they have some special techniques, I'm not completely worried. I've since this whole debacle has gone on with this and PSN and all these other companies, I've moved to temporary credit cards, the ones you can refill online. Very, very convenient way of, if something happens, you can just cancel the card and you don't have to worry about it being tied to your bank account and all that stuff. But more information, this is all tied to the Steam hacks. Gabe has updated the Steam community. Check it out, guys. This is over on steampower.com. They got the details about it. Over there. Speaking of Valve, This is like Clash of the Titans. This is two of the most beloved development shops are going to fight. Now, when we have something like Activision versus EA, we're like, we don't care. It's Skeletor versus Vegeta. Except some of us like Vegeta, so that's a bad example. It's Skeletor. Some of us like Skeletor too. It's Villain A versus Villain B. We don't care about Villain A versus Villain B, but when it's Blizzard versus Valve, we got Superman versus Flash. We got like Green Lantern versus Goku. We got some Sonic versus Mario. You know, these are some two shops that everybody loves. So this is all regarding the Dota trademark. The Dota trademark stands for Defense of the Ancients. It's a type of gameplay you may have heard of. Popular games like League of Legends and Heroes of New Earth and other titles that are out all have stemmed from this Dota genre, which is making millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. So Blizzard and Valve are going to come out with their own Dota games. But the whole idea and the whole problem, and the thing that caught us by surprise when it happened was that Valve applied to trademark the name Dota. And if you don't know, Dota was a World of Warcraft 3 mod, which is a Blizzard game that was created by some people. And one of the co-founders, IceFrog, was recently hired by Valve. So Valve is going to make Dota 2, but they want to copyright the name, which stemmed from a Blizzard mod. So it's kind of a weird area, kind of a weird gray area in copyright because it's based off of a mod of a game, not the game itself per se. I mean, you look at something like Counter-Strike, which back in the day was based off of Half-Life 2, engine. It was a Half-Life 2 mod. So you can, I guess we can compare it to as if, I don't know, trying to think of another big, if EA were to buy the rights to, or EA were to hire the Counter-Strike founders, and they would make a Counter-Strike 3, and they would want to copyright the name Counter-Strike. It'd be kind of similar to that. Kind of a weird gray area. So they got some statements here in court. By this opposition, Blizzard seeks to prevent registration by its competitor Valve Corporation of the trademark Dota, that for more than 70 years has been used exclusively by Blizzard and its fan community under the license from Blizzard. By virtue of that use, the Dota mark has firmly associated in the minds of consumers with Blizzard, including to signify a highly popular scenario variant of one of Blizzard's best Warcraft 3. And then they go blah, 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 blah. Valve has no right to the registration it seeks. Now, if I were to take sides in this, I would side with Blizzard. That's just me. I would side with Blizzard because, yeah, Dota came from Warcraft 3. Everybody knows that. And, Blizzard owns Warcraft 3. And I imagine they would own a lot of what comes with Warcraft 3. Mods, like I said, mods are a really gray and shady area because they're typically owned by the community. You're licensed to do certain things with the modding engine, but they're generally owned by the community. And, this is something kind of new. I have not heard of anything in court like this before. So this one's going to be very, very interesting how it turns out. Check it out, guys. This is over at Eurogamer.net. They got the details. Blizzard legally opposes Valve's Dota trademark application. Now, let's talk a little bit about Steam. Again, because we're on that Blizzard Steam Valve thing. And we're going to talk about something that's a little bit exciting for one of the most acclaimed games out today. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, which is one of the more popular games of 2011. One game of the year for just about every outlet out there. Very popular RPG, single-player, open-world RPG from the Elder Scrolls, Morrowind, World, Oblivion people. Bethesda Studios is proud to make this game. One of the reasons why a lot of people bought the PC version of this, including myself, which it was gifted to me. But one of the reasons why I wanted the PC version was because of the mods, the many mods you can apply to this game. And it's true for other Bethesda games like Fallout. There's a lot of things you can do with mods. But the exciting thing here is that if you haven't seen it, Steam has something called the Steam Workshop, where it's a website dedicated to user-created content. And you can go to this workshop and have a very nice interface to browse through all the different mods and additions you can get to your game. You click subscribe to that mod, and then when you launch your game again, it's going to automatically install that particular mod. Very easy way of maintaining and installing mods, because that's always been a little bit tricky. You know, everybody makes their little mod managers and things like that tend to be buggy sometimes. To have it centralized in a place like Steam, it's very cool. So we can look forward to a lot of cool things, because not only is the Steam Workshop available, the what's it called? The they didn't mention it in this article, but it was mentioned somewhere. The Creation Kit. Yes, the Creation Kit for Skyrim is also available. Yeah, they did mention this in the first sentence. So that now we'll get more robust mods. Up till now, we've had like texture packs and dragon texture reskins. We saw the man, there's been everything from Justin Bieber to My Little Ponies to just Snap Into a Slim Jim dragons. It's been all kinds of stuff. But now that this Creation Kit has been released, we're going to see a lot of very cool mods. And there's already one out for Portal. There's a Wheatley mod, and it's just a lot of things that people are going to do and are doing now. And the good thing is that it's going to be easily browsable through the Steam Workshop. So if you haven't bought Skyrim, this sale that's mentioned in this article is now over, because this was back on February 7th. But Skyrim does go on sale every now and then, so you may be able to wait for a good sale on Steam. And if you're not particularly interested in Skyrim itself, the mods make the game a lot more fun and interesting. You're in this open sandbox, kind of like Gary's mod a little bit, and you can just do some really funny stuff. So check it out, guys. This is over on SteamPower.com. They got the details over there.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at bwana.tv/forums.
Okay, we're going to move on to our next story, which was kind of incredible. This has to do with Tim Schafer and the studio Double Fine. And what this article talks about is they're using a website or a service called Kickstarter, where organizations and startups petition for your money to do something, to build something, whether it be a website, a game, and it's basically like a chip-in fundraising website. And they generally offer some kickbacks, like I think some companies say you'll get some stock in a company, and you know, for games you're like, okay, you're entitled to the game and all of its updates if you donate so much amount of money. So for this particular thing, Double Fine, they put together a Kickstarter project for a new type of game. I think it's going to be a I want to make sure I get this right. I believe it was going to be it was going to be an RPG, but I'm trying to remember if it was going to be a certain type. They didn't mention in this article. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's going to be an RPG type game. And Double Fine is known for Psychonauts, and yeah, they list the games here. Psychonauts and some other famous games out there. Really good adventure RPG games. So they put up this Kickstarter project, and in one day, one whole day, they raised $1 million. That in itself is incredible. Gamers spend money, man, and I think that's why a lot of these gaming publishing companies are so rich, and they can you know, they feel like they can nickel and dime us and get away with it, because we fork over the cash, man. And if we're passionate about something, and if we want for that game to succeed, or we want some studio to succeed, and you know, it's like, hey guys, give us, if Valve says, hey, we need everybody to donate $1 for Half-Life 3. They'll make $6 jillion in 7 minutes. Yes, jillion. 7 minutes. But this is incredible. Tim Schafer in this studio, Double Fine. I saw a picture of them like drinking champagne and stuff like that. It's amazing that they can come up with this amount of money in such a short amount of time. So they said they're going to use. I think they were aiming for like only 400,000. That was their goal, and they got $1 million. So let's see. I don't think they said in this article, but they promised that they were going to use the money towards the game and some other things, the extra money and stuff like that. And let's see, if you donate, the game will be developed over 6 to 8 months, with the target being a PC release over Steam in October. A small team will be working on the game at Double Fine under the leadership of Tim Schafer, and getting on the ground floor a copy of the game and early access to the beta, access to an ongoing documentary, and private discussion forum requires a donation of only $15. And Mac and iOS versions are under consideration if they collect only more than 400,000. Yeah, I guess they're going to do that. So this article was written like when they were like $8,000, and then since then it's been up to 1 million. So congratulations to Tim Schafer and Double Fine for raising $1 million in one day. Check it out, guys. It's over on Giant Bomb. They got the details over there. Now let's talk about another indie game that's doing very, very successful. Sanctum, which was very popular on the Steam platform. I think they sold over 300,000 copies. This was like a $10 to $15 first-person tower defense game. I know, right? It's like, what? Ever since then, though, we've seen a lot of similar games come out, like Orcs Must Die and Dungeon Defenders. You know, this whole new genre mashup. Sanctum was one of the first ones I saw that was a first-person shooter tower defense. Now we had stuff like defend something. It was another one that wasn't really first-person. Tower defense is a very, very addictive genre, but all these tower defense games are making a lot of money. So Sanctum 2 has been announced, and not only is it going to be for PC, it's going to be on Xbox Live Arcade and for PlayStation Network. So you console guys are going to get a taste of the first-person shooter tower defense, and this is a very cool game. You got to check it out, guys. Sanctum has co-op. So if you've ever played Dungeon Defenders and you know the co-op capabilities of that, just imagine that, but from a first-person shooter perspective. Not really a fantasy per se, but more of a sci-fi twist on it. So we're going to be looking forward to this. I don't think they have a date announced except a year. Yeah, it'll be due out sometime in 2013. But the original game, when was this written? February 7th. I don't think it's still on sale. But you can get it very cheap. I think I have a couple copies to give away on the stream still from when I bought them when it was on sale. But Sanctum 2 announced for PC, Xbox Live Arcade, and PSN. Check it out, guys. This is over at indiegames.com. They got the details over there. Over there. Now, let's watch a little video, shall we? Shall we? Let's go. That's Hawken, guys. Hawken. 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 When I first saw that, that's footage from the actual from PAX 2011, and I was like, wow. When I first saw that, I was very, very interested. So if you are interested, guess what? You can now sign up for the Hawken beta. Applications for the Hawken beta are now being taken. And if you go to this site, I think it's playhawken.com or playhawken.com. You can give them your email address and put your hat or your name in a hat to hopefully be chosen for the beta that's coming. It's going to be released as a free-to-play game, and it's scheduled to be released on December 12th. But I don't think they have a date for the beta yet. So hopefully the beta will be out in the spring or maybe early summer. But this is definitely one you want to check out. This is definitely one you want to check out. Hawken looks amazing. You saw the gameplay there. That was back in last year. So it's probably going to be a lot more polished, better maps. And if you're into mechs and mech shooters, this one definitely is for you. Check it out, guys. This is over on escapistmagazine.com. They got the details about the Hawken beta. You can now sign up for that one right here.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
Okay, let's talk about another shooter which is coming to consoles. And this one was my star of E3 last year, because it's going to be one of those unique situations that I have not seen any other company do. Dust 514 is going to be a shooter by the makers of the game EVE Online. And what they're going to do is they're going to tie in the MMORPG on the PC. They're going to tie that persistent universe into this shooter of Dust 514. And you know, that really made me excited about the game. I was like, maybe I'll try it. But man, this thing right here, this thing, when it comes to shooters, Bwana can't use. I don't know how. I don't know how to FPS with this. I just can't. So when I saw this article, I was very, very happy that they're going to be adding keyboard and mouse support to Dust 514. I was like, okay, now I'm really, really interested. This is going to be the form of USB keyboard and mouse support, which was recently confirmed on Twitter by the official company Twitter. So if you do play EVE Online and you have a PS3, if you're like, I don't want to play a PS3 shooter with a controller, you can hook up a keyboard and mouse to it and get your feet on the ground to affect this persistent universe. So check it out, guys. This is over on joystick.com. They got the details over there about this particular game, Dust 514. And it's going to be exciting. Supports keyboard and mouse on the PS3. Now, from the department of the What in the World department, a new game is coming out tomorrow called Twisted Metal. It's a kind of a remake on an old PS1 classic. And it's involving crazy clowns, cars, and explosions. Ice cream trucks and rockets. Pretty much mayhem on wheels. Destruction Derby meets insanity is what Twisted Metal is. This game is scheduled to come out tomorrow, and on the eve, this is where the derpness comes in. On the eve of the launch, David Jaffe and a bunch of the employees are leaving the company, or planning to leave the company. What better way to sabotage sales than to just say, I'm going to leave the company before the game's even out? I don't know. The name of the studio is called Eat, Sleep, Play. And what they're going to do, Jeff in this article explains what he's going to do. They have a contract with Sony, kind of like a maintenance contract. And what they'll do is that, I think it runs through March, they will make sure that the game is supported from bugs, patches and stuff like that. But this is what Jeff says. After that maintenance contract is up, he's gone. So what does that say about the life of the game? The contract expires at the end of March. So you can count DLC out from at least the people who are leaving. And his face is kind of synonymous with Twisted Metal. I don't understand. I mean, don't you want to make money off of the game? I don't understand why you would. There must be something really excuse me, there must be something really wrong with this company for them to leave. Because I know Jaffe says he's going to start his own studio. And he has gone on record, and he does, he's very vocal about his disdain of upper management of all these publishing companies, which is probably why he's talking about starting his own studio. I don't get it. I mean, those of you who are interested in the game, won't this affect, your thought process as to the future of the game? If Jaffe is, in April, what if there's some critical bug found or something? What if you want new levels? Or what if you're hoping for some kind of a level editor update? I don't know. It makes me not want to buy the game. It's like, oh, they get just dead in the water from launch. So, I don't know. I know a lot of people are looking forward to this game. I feel bad for them because it's not. To me, it's pretty much dead in the water. That's the only thing I can think of. It's like, hey, we released the game, we quit. Bye. Check it out, guys. It's over on joystick.com. They got details of that. And for our final story, we're going to talk about the Vita. PlayStation Vita is making its rounds in the media outlets because the release is coming up very, very soon at the end of this month. And I believe it's the end of this month. It's coming up. A lot of the game reviews are starting to hit. I saw a big reveal today on Twitch TV with Giant Bomb. They were showing some of the games and stuff. It looks really, it's very advanced. The graphics on the thing, it looks like you got a PS3 in your hand, pretty much. They had games like Rayman and Uncharted. They had some can't remember the names of them. They did have Marvel versus Capcom 3. What is Katamari? Yeah, they were playing Katamari. They were playing a bunch of games that I've seen on the PS3. And I was like, that looks just like the PS3. So yeah, a lot of the reviews of the games have come out, and you guys know how I feel about the reviews. I'm not going to dwell on these numbers because, of course, Uncharted is going to get the highest score. Duh. Always does. And, you see 8, 7s. You even see some 4.5s in here, some 6s. Some of the outlets gave Uncharted like a 9.5. Wipeout got a decent score of a 7. So, a lot of these outlets are reviewing these games now. So, look for that. If you're probably going to buy the Vita, know that game reviews are out, and I caution you to read them. Because, a lot of people don't know how to differentiate their thought process from what somebody else writes down. They're very easily influenced. If IGN says it sucks, then it must suck. That's how a lot of people think. So it's okay to read reviews to get somebody else's opinion on it. And most times I disagree with those opinions. That's why I read some reviews, just so I can see their opinion and say, oh, nope, I don't agree with that. Nope, I don't. Because a lot of reviews that come out that are bad are games that I actually love. So it just shows that the difference of opinion can definitely exist. So check it out, guys. This is over on vividgamer.com. Some of the first PlayStation Vita review scores for the games have arrived. And if you want to read them, check them out. And that concludes our stories for the night. We're going to move on to user-submitted stories, which you guys have posted on Bwana.tv/forum.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at Bwana.tv/forums.
All right. Head over to our forum at Bwana.tv/forums. You can sign up for our community over there. And you can also not only submit stories for our game chat with Bwana, you can also discuss gaming and tech and that kind of stuff with our community. We got a very friendly group of guys, very unique community. We're nice, we're not stupid, and we don't do idiot stuff. Ding. We're going to go to our forums and we're going to check out the first set of stories which have been submitted. First one comes from Nicholas Fun Stuff. Buy a portal gun this April. Buy a portal gun this April. But will it blend? Admitted, you've wanted a portal gun for years. Yeah, I kind of did, yeah. But I'm scared that if I go through the portal, I'll come out the other side as jelly toast. NECA, it stands for National Entertainment of Collectibles Association, have proven themselves over and over again as some of the finest creators of geek ephemeria on the planet. That's an interesting word. I must know what it means. Yes, dictionary.com. Ephemera. Let's hear how it sounds.
Ephemera.
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 Ephemera. It's a plural of ephemeron.
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 Ephemeron. Anything short-lived or ephemeral. Ephemera. Items designed to be useful or important for only a short time. I understand. From Harry Potter to Street Fighter, their stock and trade is crafted ridiculously high-quality toys that allow adults to yada yada yada. Now the company has teamed with Valve to mass-produce replicas of the what's with these people in their words?
Titular.
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 Titular. Holding or constituting a purely formal position or title without any real authority.
Titular.
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 Titular. Producing replicas of the titular gun from Portal. You'll be able to snag one for only $170. That's it? Only $200? Oh boy. Very, very cool. I'm not going to buy one. It was very, very nice, very good looking. If someone wants to give me one, I'll take it. I won't use it, obviously, because I don't want to end up as jelly toast. But the cake is not a lie, as my subscribers in the chat can tell you. Thanks for the article, Nicholas. Titular. And what was the other word? The other word was ephemera. Ephemera. Word of the day, courtesy of Game Chat with Bwana. Okay, next story. Thanks for that, Nicholas. Fun stuff. The next story comes from Emmerdale. Lineage 2 boasts increased revenue and player base following the free-to-play transition. All right. Lineage 2 boasts increased revenue and player base following the free-to-play transition. They went free-to-play how many months ago? Not sure. 2 months. Okay, it's been a little over 2 months since NCSoft's Lineage 2 adopted the free-to-play business model. The studio has taken to calling truly free. The game has almost quadrupled its revenue and increased its concurrent player base by more than 800%. Dang! Not a bad resurgence for a game that's been kicking around the better part of 8 years now. Wow. Wow. The studio attributes the success, at least in part, to the newly added Path to Awakening feature, which provides helpful buffs, items, and advice to accelerate new characters toward a level cap. Don't know what that is. But very cool. Lineage 2 really, really succeeding and getting a lot of success from the free-to-play model. I don't know of many companies that don't do well after going free-to-play. Pretty much every company that in the past 6 months that I've heard of that went free-to-play has gained revenue and gained market share in some form or fashion. So congratulations to NCSoft for that. Next article, Rift in China, biggest game deal ever for a Western MMO. Okay, how big is Rift? Big enough to attract one of China's heavyweight MMO houses, apparently. Tryon has announced a partnership with publishing giant Shanda that will bring Rift to the Chinese game market. Wow, that is big. Chinese gaming market is huge, guys. We do a lot right, but we think there's so much to learn from Asia. And a company like Shanda that has been in the market for so long has innovated so many ways, and it's a great partner to work with and learn from. Tryon is flexing its muscles and broadens its horizons on the strength of a banner year that included a hefty influx of investment capital as well as Rift's $100 million revenue windfall. Tryon is also developing an MMO RTS called End of Nations and an MMO shooter called Defiance. So congratulations to Tryon, signed a deal with Shanda that's going to help it bring it to the Chinese market, and we'll see if it affects their bottom line. I think that's what Tryon is looking for, try to get some money on that particular thing. Big news. Rift is hitting it in China. Thanks for those, Emerindale. Let's move on to the next stories. Sharam says that, oh yeah, I saw this article. Diablo 3 release date set for Q2 2012. On a conference call from Activision Blizzard's fourth quarter 2011, CFO Thomas Tipple said that Blizzard titles are expected in 2012, including Diablo 3. Blizzard had previously announced that Diablo 3 was meant to be released in early 2012. And I think I even said this. I said early 2012, that probably means summer. Or fall. But let's see. In a press release, Activision Blizzard reported that the company's first quarter 2012 does not incorporate a new release from Blizzard Entertainment. So they lied. Oh, my goodness. Blizzard lied to us. They said early 2012, and it's not going to be... I'm just joshing. This pushback is in line with the recent revelations that the Diablo 3 team is still making quite a few changes to the game that could further extend its development time beyond early 2012. So... in addition to that, they are doing StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm, Blizzard Dota, Mist of Pandaria, and a next-gen MMO, and possibly exploring console versions of Diablo 3. So I don't know their quarterly schedule. I don't know what month's second quarter is, but it's probably going to be late spring, summer. I think. I still think it's going to be summer. And it's kind of funny. This Game Details says that the release date is Q1 2012 for Diablo 3. No, it's going to be 2012 Q2. Thanks for the story, Sarams. League of Legends reveals Nautilus, a.k.a. the Big Daddy. Is this Big Daddy from BioShock? Oh, League of Legends, they got the Big Daddy. Riot Games added a new champion into League of Legends' growing roster every few weeks to keep the game fresh. This week they revealed the next champion, Nautilus, the Titan of the Depths. Is a tank with a unique initiation ability. He throws his massive anchor towards a target and then drags himself towards the anchor. His abilities encourage spraying damage around team fights, with his passive adding bonus damage, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, it looks exactly like Big Daddy. And I can take a sneak peek at this video a little bit, just see some of the gameplay.
Every one of his abilities getting something.
Like, this continues to let him be a threat and make players want to restore energy if he plays, lower the cooldown of Keystrike when he hits. So many players can now think about which skills are actually
And
meaningful.
I'm not interested anymore. Check it out, guys. Joystick.com. Nautilus, the new hero. Thanks for that story, Sarams. Technifin. Namco Bandai announces Star Trek game. Namco Bandai announces a Star Trek game, releases screenshots. Namco Bandai and Paramount Pictures have announced that they've signed a deal with Namco Bandai to co-publish and distribute a new Star Trek video game inspired by the upcoming film for major home consoles and PC in Q1 2013. So it's going to be released prior to the next movie, which is going to be May 2013. The next J.J. Abrams Star Trek. Did they say what type of game? Probably going to be an adventure game. Standalone story, yeah. It's being built from the ground up. Ultimate co-op experience. Players will control both Kirk and Spock, who will journey across unexplored planets enemy battleships and blah 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 blah. So we'll be seeing a new Star Trek game coming next year before the movie. Thanks for that, Tech Niven. And for the next story, World of Warcraft recreated in Minecraft. The entire World of Warcraft being recreated with Minecraft blocks. Oh, that's quite a task. Minecraft forum user Rumsey chosen path is recreate the entire World of Warcraft inside the indie sandbox hit in Minecraft. As you can see above, he is doing pretty well. The entire continent of Kalimdor, including the new zones from the Cataclysm expansion, is almost done. And he's well on his way of doing the rest, including all of the instances and dungeons. He came up with some custom software to put it all together, which basically translate the current maps over to the measurements of Minecraft blocks. Ah, that makes it easier. Ramsey is trying to keep Minecraft's 1 yard to 1 block ratio, and that means he has to balance WoW's details with Minecraft's inherent blockiness. At Minecraft's height limit of 128 blocks has required mods to make some of WoW's tallest features work. Still, what he's been created so far is certainly recognizable as Azeroth. That is quite amazing. My hat's off to him. I've seen some maps in Tribes Ascend, and even I saw some stuff in Terra that I was like, hey, we need to make that in Minecraft. And it's kind of funny that he's made this particular thing in Minecraft. Check it out, guys. That's over on Joystick, and let's refresh. See what we got here from Serenade Abyss. This is crap, Sony's chief of development said after first playing Demon's Souls. Oh. This is an unbelievably bad game. Wow. Shuhei Yoshida, can't say that fast, Sony's Computer Entertainment's head of product development, told Game Informer that he's played 2 hours of the game as it was close to final and walked away convinced it would be terrible. I'm pretty sure it's taken out of context in this interview. He's like, well, boy, was I wrong. It was nothing terrible at all. In Japan, assets for a game are developed in parallel in the US game, blah, 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 blah. That version had frame rate issues among other problems. So he played an early build, apparently. No. Played 2 hours of the game as it was close to final. He says the differences in development between Japan and North America produced an early version of a game that looked nothing like its finished state. Ah, okay. In Japan, assets from a game are developed in parallel. In the US, game development is typically a vertical slice. Thus, the early build, the team tried to create a small piece. So he played an early build, and it had frame rate issues and a lot of other problems. This is crap. Crap! We definitely dropped the ball from a publishing standpoint, including the studio management side. That's a pretty cool story. Crap. Thanks for that, Serenade Abyss. And if that be all, guess what time it is, yo? Guess what time it is? Guess what time it is? I think you know what time it is. I think you know. It's title time. Title time is when you guys come up with snazzy titles. And you post them in the chat and we vote for the best ones. Whoever comes out on top will be the title of today's episode. And you'll get accolades and credit. Let's do it. Okay, let's start reading these. They may take my credit card, but they will never take my Team Fortress 2 hats. Valve is the titular owner of Dota. Mr. Bwana teaches vocabulary 101. Buy a portal gun this April? Is this a joke? Play it pins Hawken. Hawken looks better than real life. Valve stuck in a blizzard. Oh. Definition chat with Bwana. Skyrim takes a workshop in the Steam. GCWB Educational Edition. This is crap. Steam dusts off the workshop for Skyrim. Eat, sleep, play, quit. Time to dust off those old Steam accounts. A rift in China's MMOs. GCWB, this ain't crap. Eat, Sleep, Plays, Twisted Plan for DLC. Ephemera, what a titular word. Rift takes a portal to China. Skyrim mods, sure, we got them on Steam. Diablo 3 releases this spring or summer or winter or never. Who's your daddy? That's right, Nautilus. Let's learn words with Bwana. Twisted Metal creators take a long nap. All my attention is a walking towards a Hawken. Double Fine finds $1 million in the Sanctum. I'll look you up in the ephemera in town. Dear creators of Hawken, take my email now. World of Minecraft. Wow. Vina Vicha Vici. Rift opens in China. Diablo 3 and Demon Craft. TF2 going Big Daddy. I think you meant League of Legends. My Minecraft Wild War is longer than your Diablo 3 release date. Now that's what I'm hawking about. Hawken has mech, Skyrim has Spaceborne. Okay, so let's get my notepad up here. And we're gonna pick some of these. Okay. Picking titles. I actually have 4 today. Let's see. All right. Okay, we're going to have 4 titles to choose from. 4 titles. You guys know the routine. Once we start the poll, you're going to choose a number between 1 through 4 based on the title that I paste in the chat. And when B. George starts the poll, you can type the number. So let's see it. Let's see. Here's 1. Here's 2. 3. And 4. There are the 4 titles. You guys know what to do. Vote for your favorite title. Number 1, Valve Stuck in the Blizzard. Number 2, Eat, Sleep, Play, Quit. Number 3, Rift takes a portal to China. And number 4, all of my attention is a walking towards a Hawken. Do it now. Okay, the votes are starting to slow down. Get your vote in now. All right, 10 more seconds. Alright, let's see the results. Poll results say that the winner is one. That was close. One. Valve stuck in the blizzard. Congratulations to Rickarus Run Stuff. Nicholas Fun Stuff. You win Title Time with Game Chat 1 episode 46. And guess what? You don't win any actual physical prizes because we're broke here at Game Chat with Bwana. We don't offer you things. But instead, you get accolades. You get them bragging rights, which can be packaged in a Dragon Ball Z ball of fire. You can shoot your mother in the face. But she won't die because those accolades have the power to create smiles. And her face will automatically burst into this big smile. She'll go, Nicholas, would you like some pie? And she will be forced to make you some pie because that Game Chat with accolades ball will just smack her in the face and give her the power to make pie for you, Nicholas. Because you are Game Chat with Bwana winner. Episode 46 called Valve Stuck in a Blizzard. Congratulations to Nicholas. Thanks for contributing to our valuable title time. And that concludes episode 46 of Game Chat 1. I want to thank everybody for coming by tonight. We had a great time. We're here every Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern at live.bwana.tv and at twitch.tv/Bwana. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Bwana or at twitter.com/Bwana live if you wish to be notified when I go live, because we also play video games here. We don't only do a podcast. We also stream live gameplay of various games that I like and want to play. And one thing I'm thinking about starting is I've seen on other Twitch streams is kind of a subscriber day where you guys pick the game that I play. I think that might go over well here. What we have here is a premium subscription program where we have certain sets of users who are supporting us by paying $5 a month. They have the cakes next to their name on the stream. So what I'm thinking about doing is doing some sort of a special day where they get to vote, just those guys get to vote on what game I play on a certain day, and then we do it that way. So we might do that. So I want to thank everybody who is supporting me, either by turning off your ad blockers or watching my YouTube videos or just being a part of us, coming by watching us. I really appreciate everybody coming by. We have a lot of fun doing this. I apologize for the time off, but I have a lot of issues I'm dealing with, and I'm dealing with them as quickly as I can here at Game Chat with Bwana. That concludes episode 46. I want to thank everybody for coming by. Everybody have a great week. Have fun gaming. Take care. Take care of yourself, and bye-bye.